Welcome to the video tutorial of Simple Speech, the easy communication alternative. In this tutorial, I'm going to walk through some of the basic features of Simple Speech so you can really see how easy it is to use. So here we have the welcome window, which is the first screen that you're going to see when you open the program. We can load some of our profiles, we can create a new custom page, or we can load a page from a file. I'm just going to load the 24 button Simple Speech 24 profile here by clicking on it and pressing Start. You'll notice that at the bottom of the screen we have a number of picture buttons on which we can click to insert a message into our message box here. If I want to speak the message, I'm just going to click on the message box.
I want eat.
You'll notice that Simple Speech speaks the message using a text-to-speech voice. Now, we have a number of picture buttons at the bottom of the screen, and at the top of the screen we have some of our navigation buttons here. We have a clear and delete button, we have a button that says run, and we have some editing buttons at the top. What I'm going to show you first before we get into the buttons at the top of the screen is how we can put Simple Speech into run mode. Putting Simple Speech into run mode basically provides you with a dedicated communication device. So I'm going to press run here, and now we have a full screen augmentative communication application. The user cannot edit any of the buttons on the screen. We just have our basic communication functions here. You'll notice that as I navigate through different pages, Simple Speech continues to display messages in the message box. We just don't have our editing buttons at the top. To return to edit mode, I'm going to right-click on the home button. On touchscreen devices, you would need to do an emulated right-click, which you would typically do by holding down on the home button. So now we're back in edit mode. You'll notice here, when I put messages into the message box, I can either clear them, or I can delete them one by one. When I'm navigating through pages, I can press home to return to the home page. If I want to go back one page, I press the back button. Pressing back again will return me to the home page. At the top of the screen we have our editing buttons. I'm going to show you how we can edit some of our buttons. Simple Speech allows you to edit anything very, very easily. So what I'll do is I'll click on the edit button, notice it turns red, and click on a button. Right here I have a blank button, and I want to put the word to into it. So I'm going to click on my button, and we have the edit button window that pops up. I can enter a button title. I'll press to, and I want to insert some text into the message box. So I just check that, and to appears here. If I want to link to a different page in the profile, I can check link to new page, click on browse, and select any of the pages that are in the current profile. I'll show you how to create new pages in a minute. If I want to change the image associated with the button, I'm going to press change image. Now I want to, so what I'll do is I'll click here and search for images, type in to, and press go. Anything with the text to is going to be filtered out. If you want to get more specific, you can click and type to. Now we have our to image. So now I'm going to press OK. Notice that the button text and image both changed. Now, when I click on the button, it inserts it into the message box.
I want to.
Simple Speech allows you to edit anything that you want very easily. One of the best features about Simple Speech is that in addition to the 11,000 images that you have in the image library, which if you notice are Mayor Johnson PCS symbols, you can import any of your own images by clicking on the Import New Image button. Simple Speech will open up a dialog box in which you can select any of your pictures. I'm just going to choose one that I have here and press open. I'm going to title it New Image, and then I'll press OK. Simple Speech now has loaded my image into the image library. Next time I want to import any type of image I want, I can just import it into the image library. So now I'll press OK. And notice how my picture button has changed to my new image. If I want to clear a button, I will simply press clear and then click on the button. To undo anything you did, press undo. To redo something you did, press redo. If I want to cut a button, let's say I want to put the where my 2 was, I will click on cut and then click on the button. The button will now disappear, and I can click on paste and paste it here. To copy a button, it's very similar. You just press copy, click on the button you want to copy, press paste, and paste the button. We're going to make this 2 one more time. Now, there are 3 different profiles that come with Simple Speech. We have a 12-button profile, which is for more basic communicators. We have a 24-button profile, which we just saw, and a 40-button profile for more advanced communicators. The 40-button profile is for individuals who want a little more flexibility with their augmentative communication device. Now, there are a couple of special features that I want to show you with Simple Speech. One of the really interesting things with Simple Speech is a feature called autogrammar. Now, autogrammar basically allows you to conjugate any noun or verb that we have in our database, which consists of about 4,000 different words. So I'm just going to click on my action words page here, and I want to conjugate the verb take. So I'm going to right-click on take, and notice how we have take, takes, took, and taking. I'll try it on open, and we have open, opens, opened, opening. I'll try it on pick up, picks up, picked up, picking up. You can do this with any noun that we have in our database as well. I'll try it with movie, movie, movies. So for example, if I wanted to create a sentence, I want to go to the movies instead of movie.
I want to go to the movies.
Autogrammar is a very powerful feature, and you can use it for your more advanced communicators in order to conjugate verbs and create an almost unlimited amount of different sentences. Now, the last thing that I want to show you is our program settings. Simple Speech has a number of program settings that we can use to adjust the rate of speech, the volume of the speaker. I'm going to slow down the rate of speech just to show you what it sounds like.
This is a test of your currently selected voice.
If you want a faster voice,
This is a test of your currently selected voice.
okay, but
This is a test of your currently selected voice.
I'm going to put it down here at a reasonable speed. We have a number of other program options here. We can choose to start Simple Speech when Windows starts. We can automatically check for updates. Simple Speech has an autosave mode that doesn't make you all the time click File Save. We can start Simple Speech in run mode with a designated run page. We can use a password when we enter into edit mode. And we have a number of other options, such as on-screen keyboard. We can have a sound for an auditory cue when you push a button. We can speak all the messages, and a touchdown and touch release option. These are all things that you can experiment with when you use your Simple Speech. So I'm going to press OK, and I'm just going to run our 40-button profile. Now let's listen to the speed of the voice that we have here.
I want to eat popcorn.
Notice how the speed of the voice is a little bit slower than it was. So, Simple Speech allows you nearly unlimited creativity to create your own profiles, to make new pages, to edit pages. You can edit the pages that are provided with Simple Speech in any manner that you want. You can create new pages. You can import your own images. You can make entirely new profiles. What I'm going to show you is how to create a new page. To create a new page, click on File, then New. You'll be prompted to enter a number of buttons that you want on a page. I want to do a 40-button page, so I'll click 40 and press OK. Notice that we have a blank page in which you can edit your buttons in the same way that you edited the buttons on your main page. When I want to use this page in a profile, I need to save it. So I'm going to do File, Save, and I'm going to save this as Test, and I'll press Save. Notice that we're already in the Simple Speech 40 profile, so it's going to be saved in our Simple Speech 40 profile. When I click Home, I'm going to be returned to our Simple Speech 40 profile. If I want to link to the page that I just created, I'll make sure to click Link to New Page and press Browse. Notice in my list of pages, Test appears, so I can press OK. And when I click on their button, I'm opening up the page that I just created. You can create an unlimited number of pages. You're only limited by your imagination and creativity. Another feature of Simple Speech is if you want to set a home page that's a different page than the one that you have set up already, you just click on Tools, Set Home Page, and you can select any page that is in the profile. Doing this will return you to whatever page you select when you press the Home button. Typically, it's always good to have one home page that's set. If you don't have a home page set, Simple Speech will prompt you to set a home page. Another thing that we can do is we can copy and delete some of the profiles that we created by going to the Profile Manager. The Profile Manager is just a simple utility that allows you to manipulate some of the pages that you already have. The last thing I want to show you is the Change Grid Size feature, which allows you to change the size of the page that you're working with. If I want to change this into a 24 button page, I'll go to Tools and Change Grid Size and click on 24 and then OK. Notice that the number of buttons has been reduced. I can always change the page back and all of my buttons are retained. This is a useful feature if you want to make something a little more advanced or simplify something. Oftentimes users start at a more basic system and they need something a little more advanced as they grow. That's it for our video tutorial of Simple Speech. If you want to download Simple Speech, you can go to www.palsoftwaredesigns.com/simplespeech, where you can obtain the free trial. And I hope you check back with us soon at PAL Software Designs. Thank you.